In this video, I'm talking about 5 common hearing aid myths, and I'm giving you the facts. Coming up. Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Anthem, Arizona. And on this channel, I cover a bunch of hearing-related information to help make you a better informed consumer. So if you're into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell to receive a notification every time I post a new video. I must spend about half of my time correcting misconceptions that individuals have about hearing aids. And these misconceptions are created usually from inside of the hearing aid industry and spread by consumers who don't know any better. So I decided to make a video where I'm going to dispel 5 of the most common hearing aid myths, and myth number 1 is that a trial period is required to know if you'll get benefit from a hearing aid or not. Trial periods are very common inside of the hearing aid industry, but sometimes these trial periods can be very misleading. The problem is that oftentimes when you go into a clinic and do a trial of a hearing aid, you're getting that hearing aid generically fit to you. This means that you could wear those hearing devices in your normal daily environments, not get as much benefit as you expect, and return those hearing aids and decide to go untreated with your hearing loss. On the other hand, if your hearing care professional takes you through a full fitting program, which can be several visits, and they customize those hearing devices to your hearing loss prescription correctly, you stand to get a substantially more amount of benefit out of those devices. If your hearing care professional has completed a thorough assessment of your hearing loss and your communication needs, they have a really good idea of whether or not you'll get a lot of benefit out of hearing aids if they follow best practices when fitting those hearing aids to you. Now, if you want to learn more about hearing aid best practices, I highly recommend that you watch my video that I will link in the description. Myth number 2 is the more money you spend on hearing aids, the better you'll hear. You see, I see about 5 to 10 patients a month that come into my clinic with the absolute highest level of hearing aid technology that exists, and they still can't hear worth a darn. This is because success with hearing treatment has much less to do with how much money you spent on technology and much more to do with the quality of your fitting and follow-up care. I often say that you can have a $1 million hearing aid, but if that hearing aid isn't programmed correctly, it's going to perform like a $299 crappy amplifier that you buy online. So if you have the option between an expensive hearing aid and a cheap hearing aid, pick the hearing aid that is programmed by a hearing care professional who follows best practices. Myth number 3 is that German hearing aids are the best. Now, if you spend any amount of time searching out hearing aid information online, which I know that you do because you're watching this video, then you have most definitely seen these ads talking about how these German hearing aids of the future are taking the world by storm, implying that German technology is so much more advanced than any other hearing aid technology in the world. The simple fact is that yes, there is a German hearing aid manufacturer, but it doesn't mean that their hearing aids are substantially better than anyone else's hearing aids on the market. So don't fall for marketing fluff. Actually educate yourself on the differences between different hearing aid manufacturers and what their features are, otherwise you could be disappointed. Myth number 4 is that all online hearing aids suck. Success with hearing treatment has a lot to do with expectation level. Now, if you're expecting the same amount of benefit from a device that you purchase online as compared to a device that you purchased in a clinic that has been fit correctly to your hearing loss prescription, then your level of expectation is off because you are not going to get the same level of performance. However, if you're aware of this and you are understanding that the level of benefit you get from a device online is only going to get you to a certain degree, but that degree for you is happy and satisfied, then it doesn't mean that those hearing aids suck for you. I happen to know a number of individuals who have purchased their hearing devices online who are extremely happy with those devices. Now, could they get a better performance if I was to actually fit them with devices and custom program them precisely to their prescription? The answer is yes. But what you shouldn't do is purchase a device online thinking that that's going to completely restore your hearing, and when it doesn't, you send it back and then you choose not to treat your hearing loss ever again. And myth number 5 is that Costco hearing aids aren't as good as hearing aids that are purchased inside of a hearing clinic. The debate rages on whether or not Costco hearing aids really are as good as advertised, and I'm here to tell you that they really are. I mean, those devices are very similar to devices you can purchase inside of a hearing clinic, and they are made by the same manufacturers who make devices for these hearing clinics that are out there. Yes, some of them have been defeatured, but some of those features are features that might not even be useful to you anyway. That being said, the hearing devices are significantly cheaper, so even if they are defeatured to some degree, you are typically still getting a very good value for how much money you're spending. But the question you should really be asking yourself isn't, are these Costco devices as good as devices inside of a hearing clinic? What you should be asking yourself is that Costco provider at the Costco that you would be going to really that good? You see, success and failure with hearing treatment hinges much more on the hearing care provider who's actually fitting you with those devices, and much less on the devices that they're fitting you with. You can buy a fantastic set of hearing aids from Costco, but if those devices are not programmed well to your prescription and you don't know how to use them effectively, then you're not going to be getting the full amount of benefit out of those devices anyway. But just because the devices at Costco are cheaper doesn't mean that they're a bad product. There you go. Those are 5 common myths that I constantly hear about hearing aids. I could probably make a video where I talk about the 30 most common myths about hearing aids, but those will have to come in another video. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please share it. And if you want to see other videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.